Welcome to Grimwood City, a place where the veil between the magical and the mundane is as thin as a whisper. 9 districts, each a realm of its own mystery and allure. From the bustling trade at Marble Rock Pier to the arcane secrets of Silkway, Grimwood City harbors both wonder and peril. Here, werewolves, vampires, and mystical beings walk hidden among the ironbound, the ordinary folk. The magical and the mortal coexist, bound by ancient secrets and unspoken truths. The ley lines, a web of arcane energy, converge here, weaving a spell that masks the extraordinary from human eyes. Brave adventurers delve into the ancient depths, seeking forbidden knowledge and battling untold horrors. In Grimwood City, every shadow hides a tale, every whisper holds a secret. Are you ready to uncover the truths and face the dangers of this enchanted metropolis? Join us on BackerKit to bring the mysteries of Grimwood City to life. Your adventure awaits.
All right, here we go. Live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Delta Green with Scotty being the GM. I have very little energy, but I will try to do what I can. Coming up, a couple things, and I'll go over this at the end too. But I'm going to be on the Rowan's Den. And, of course, I don't have that link right off. Let me get it. Rowan's Den podcast. I am going to be on the Rowan's Den podcast this coming Saturday. We will be doing D&D. Not D&D. We were talking about D&D. We will be doing Ironbound, aka Grimwood City, my system. We are going to be doing a one-shot where we rob a casino, so it should be fun. And that's going to be Saturday at 9 p.m. So if you guys...
And not take 6 sessions to do it?
Huh?
And
No.
not take 6 sessions to do it?
6 sessions? Yeah.
Guilty party?
No, they're going to take 1 session to do it. And then the following week after that, the following week, that's Sunday, we're going, not that Sunday, July 6th, the next Saturday, I'm going to be on Avenue Studios YouTube channel. And I will pop that link in here. And we're going to be doing another Ironbound, aka Grimwood, one shot. This one's going to be a power station mystery type situation. I'm hoping to get like a feel of like Aliens Isolation, like, you know, they enter this rundown this power station and they have to figure out this mystery, and there's going to be something that's hunting them. So I'm hoping to get that done. Dan is hilarious to play with. If you haven't ever watched Dan actually play, he comes up with the zaniest voices and the zaniest solutions. Take a look at Avenue Studios and take a look at Rowan's Den. They're both very good people. I like good people. Besides that, I think that's all we have going on besides Grimwood City every Friday. I think that's it, though we might not have it the 5th because that's July 4th weekend, so we might not have it that weekend, but we'll see. I haven't talked to all the party members, so we'll talk to the party members. I know our Scotsman probably won't care because he's a Scotsman, but we'll take a look at everybody else. Go ahead and take it over, Scotty. I'm rambling.
Okay, so last session on Dukes of Al-hazred, the great detectives that we have here finally managed to catch up to the moonshiners and the bootleggers and more or less solved the issue of the tainted moonshine that was circulating through the town of Prosperity. Right, we'll be heading into the
Ooh,
and before we
your
start that,
sound is warping, Scotty.
Hmm?
Your sound is warping.
okay, is that any better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, for some reason it was getting wonky, and I apologize. So, as I was going to say, before we start the next session, I will issue a trigger warning that the next mission does contain issues with little children getting kidnapped, so viewer discretion is advised if that is something that bothers people. So, then we'll jump back into the town of Prosperity.
Are we still hurt?
Well, at the moment, yes, but that will be solved very shortly.
Okay.
Because I was going to ask the question of what does everybody want to do at the end of this chapter, so to speak, before we move on to the next one. Any investigations, research, anything you guys are still waiting on or want to follow up on?
Did you
The
get your lab
results from
results?
Roanoke.
I was about to say, did you ever get your lab results?
They will have come in.
Yay!
Okay.
So the lab results do show that there are elevated levels of various chemicals in the moonshine that are not, of course, ever supposed to be there. Some of these are industrial chemicals. Some of them, they're not quite sure what they are. They're assuming that they have, just gone bad from other chemicals in the samples. So the general consensus from the labs over in Roanoke is that the moonshine was definitely tainted by chemical compositions that were never supposed to be in alcohol, and that was probably what was causing the various hallucinations and issues thereof.
Psychosis, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we waited all so long for the paper to just go no duh.
Yeah, what we already kind of knew.
Yeah. Thanks.
However, I will point out that for those paying attention,
It was a
nowhere
paper mill.
nowhere
he was
in
with
there
water.
would any of those chemicals or the reactions to people ever explain the things that appeared on people's backs.
Oh, right. I forgot
Yeah,
about
no. Iris isn't trying to think about that. Iris is just.
I forgot about them. But
Yeah.
so went Jack, so I'm okay.
that.
So, if that is everything you guys want to wrap up with that particular
Iris is probably just assuming it is like something in the chemicals got airborne and made her see that. From
that
the
is a
shine.
perfectly valid
From testing the
rationalization.
shine so much.
That is perfectly valid and a great explanation of all the freaky shit that happened. So, at that point, if there is nothing else, we will do a little bit of a time skip here.
Okay.
Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.
Did Ursula go back to the hospital?
I
after
assume
our
that she probably
adventure?
would have gone back, gotten some PT, gotten some follow-up health care, and everybody should be back at full health, considering the time spent. Now, in the approximately month and a half since the last little zany adventure of you guys, is there any downtime activities anybody wants to partake in?
Give me a second. Let me figure this out.
Well, I went to I went to hang out with my situationship. Went to go see my mom and my sister. And my sister's getting close to graduation. And she's just planning on to get out of this town altogether, which I support. My mom is not so feeling that because she just doesn't feel, it's just us three. Um, again, uh, Jason is the best what I could find here, and he's a sweetie. I'm probably a little bit too mean to him.
Iris is probably spending time with her grandma. And then can she like take a course through like continuing education to like further like computer skills or something?
Oh, I'm sure there is something that she could probably do if she wants to throw some time in on that.
Like
So
I'm
yeah,
assuming there's continuing education of some sort available to cops. That might be too presumptuous with some budgets, but
I mean, there's also checking out books from the library, taking online courses of her own volition.
okay, she's going to do some things.
Okay, so you're putting in some time and effort to train up the skill. So go ahead for your computers. Go ahead and roll me a 1d4.
Wee.
Okay, so you're going to gain 3 points in your computer use skill from spending your downtime trying to educate yourself and better yourself.
Is that computer science?
Yeah. Whatever the
I have a
computer
whopping
use skill
4
is. from
now.
this.
Hey, wait, do I have computer science? Yeah, well, you'd be the better one out of all of us then.
That's why I was like, let me see, because like she's fumbling with her phone. So
Hey, you have gained a whole 3 points to that, which, I mean, hey, learning stuff at that point is really easy because there's a whole lot to learn.
yeah.
All right, so what's Jack doing?
Pick things up, put things down. Pick things up, put things down.
Okay.
He's going to the gym.
All
And he's
right.
just continuing at the gym.
So go ahead and give me a strength roll then.
Oh man, I should have done something more useful than lay around and hang out.
Ooh, critical success.
Oh, yeah, you critically succeeded in lifting all those heavy weights, but that doesn't mean you've really gained. You're just kind of plateauing for a while. You got to fail to advance on this one. But all right, so Jack's going back, lifting up, put them down, lift them up, put them down. Ursula's, hung out with her situationship, and Iris has decided to read Microsoft Windows for Dummies.
All right.
So we are fast forwarding to the current time here, about a month and a half down the line. So anybody who is still missing HP, you should be healed back up. If you have not already done that.
All right. Do we get any more luck?
No, you've already done your luck at the end of the last session. We
Okay.
did your regaining of luck.
Yes, we did.
Okay. I just asking.
Do we need to regain any sanity for the time off though?
Yeah.
Unless you guys have started doing therapy and started seeking professional help, no.
Jack would
Got
not seek professional help.
I don't. Other than me spending an extensive amount of time with medical professionals of various kinds, I'm sure.
Yeah, I said most of those have been physical therapists and physical doctors, not necessarily mental doctors.
Pretty sure they had to send somebody in if you got blown the fuck up.
I mean, come on, we don't see that shit in the military. Why would we see that shit in the police department?
Because we have private insurance and TRICARE sucks.
Remember that one.
I
What?
mean, you're not wrong.
So
Ooh.
you say to the medical professional who bills TRICARE.
I grew up in the TRICARE system. Uh, yeah. There's a lot of things I have to deal with as an adult now that just were like, yeah, she'll just work it out.
You'll be okay. Take some
Yeah.
vitamin M.
Yes.
Have some Motrin.
Rub some dirt in it. You'll be fine.
Exactly. Broken leg? Have some Motrin. Heart attack? Here's some Motrin.
Not gonna lie, I did like I fell down some stairs as a kid and like I impacted my front teeth and they were like, yeah, just a local for a 5-year-old and we're just gonna yank those bitches out.
That completely checks out with TRICARE.
The other one is I fell down a hill and like landed on my face and had my I couldn't like I like messed up my shoulder. They're like, does she really need a sling? My mom's like, yes, she can't move her wrist. They're like, yeah, we're not. Sorry, I derailed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, my trauma with TRICARE.
And welcome to the TRICARE therapy session for Dukes of Al-hazred, where all of us military brats reminisce about the shit that TRICARE has. Anyway, so you all report for duty on one fine afternoon. And as you're sitting there in the station waiting for the normal, okay, drunken, disorderly, random domestic, the normal nonsense you all deal with, then you hear the phone ring in the background and Herschel picks it up and, hello, Prosperity Police. How can we help you? Wait, what? Are you sure? Did you check under the bed? Okay, we'll send some people out.
Actually, my face, Iris's face and my face are like, what?
I'm just gonna look around like, did anybody hear what I just heard?
I'm like, what are they? Please tell me they're looking for a dog or like a cat.
So Herschel hangs up the phone and turns around and faces you all in the little bullpen area. Dave, are we able to see maps for that? Or
Yeah, we can.
Okay, I didn't know if that was something you guys was showing for this or not. So Herschel turns around and goes, "Hey guys, we just got a call for like a missing child."
Okay.
Oh, fuck me. All right, give me the address.
And he gives you the address for one of the local low-income housing projects.
Oh no.
All right, so my ass is getting in a car and going after loading up anything I might need.
Do you want to drive? Or I could drive too.
I'm driving.
Okay, that's fine. No more driving
Because I
around.
have to get in the car with Jack. Never
Yeah.
again am I not driving.
I almost forgot about that. I'm really glad I was all medicated. I barely remember the trip.
I'm glad you were. I'm driving
Okay,
and
no problem.
grabbing the keys and just
Come
kind of
on.
like flipping the keys up and down, grabbing an energy drink, shotgun, get in the trunk.
All right. I'm sure. I'm okay. Don't get up too fast, Jack. Okay, we'll see you later.
So, Jack, are you likewise reporting to the missing child report?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I be?
I don't know, because they decided to get up and leave you as quickly as possible. So
I see that. I'll take one of the motorcycles since they left me.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so I will show this to the players real quick. Does that pop up for everybody?
Yeah,
Pops up for everyone.
Okay.
Oh,
just making sure. All right, so that is the satellite view of the basically what amounts to Section 8 housing in the area that you all are heading to. As you can see from the satellite view, that it's kind of out there and it's surrounded by woods. There's not a lot of civilization right around it. So you all arrive on scene to this housing area, and yeah, sure enough, there's adults, hanging out outside. There's children. There's cars. It looks pretty much exactly like what you'd expect it to. And you guys pull up with the lights and sirens. And what do you guys do?
Are there girls there? Sorry, I had to. Just the way you said it. You get the reference?
Not at no, I don't. I don't get the reference at all.
I'm waiting for are there any girls there? Because if so, I want to do them.
Oh yeah.
Not any
Okay.
Mountain
I didn't
Dew.
get that far.
I
didn't get
still,
that far.
even with the additional commentary, I'm like, I don't.
I'll send it to you
Remember-
later, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
We'll discuss this post show where we discuss the I cast magic missile.
At the
Oh.
darkness.
Yes.
So I guess we get out and first try to seek out who the parents who called in. And find out what house they're in. And see.
I'm gonna be looking for the apartment number that they gave us. I assume these are apartments.
They're numbered like 1 through 4 in each building.
Okay. So not trying to be making a big ruckus, but just quietly going to go find this house because I don't know. I whispered to Ursula, it's most likely it's one of the neighbors' houses. I just hope this is really out here in the woods. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her kind of lead the way, and in the meantime, I'm pulling up a map. I'm looking at things like where's the nearest body of water, things like that.
Based on the way this is laid out, maybe where there's an entry to a trail.
Yeah. So I'm just like looking at satellite imaging.
Okay. So there's not a real near body of water. The closest would be on the other side of town at some of the treatment plants, which you guys have become very recently familiar with. And if we switch
Alright.
over to the town map real quick, we can
Oh yeah, I forgot about the town map. Where would they be located?
this is probably out somewhere in this area right over here.
Okay, look at this
So
guy.
it's
Oh,
way up there.
which is kind of funky because developments like that should most low income housing people have
Is in like here.
right because most of them lack transportation.
Yeah, it was kind of an afterthought and one of those
World's
things
different.
that was not designed originally with the town. It's something of a more recent development in the last probably 20, 25 years that they've really had a need for it.
Oh, so it's affordable housing complex, not necessarily like Section 8.
It's more closer to probably that, but yeah, it's more affordable, rent supplemented deal.
Okay, I dig it. All right, so do I find her parents or their parents?
Yeah, you can find the parents. It's not hard at all. You guys were given the address and the apartment number. So you go up, knock on the front door. A moment later, you're greeted by a woman who introduces herself as Crystal Loomis, and she is rather upset.
Well, no kidding. Ma'am, you called in a missing person? Hopefully ask her.
Oh, yeah, that's my daughter. Did you find her?
Well, we don't actually didn't get a description of her, so we don't know who to look for. First of all, what's your daughter's name?
The daughter's name is Ruby Loomis, and that's picture for Crystal, just for reference.
Okay, and so how old is Ruby?
She's 10 years old.
Okay. When was the last time did you see her?
I, I, I think she came yesterday when she came home from school.
That's more than 24 hours. So where were you that normally people see their children in the morning? Was there something you were out doing that you didn't see her off to school for the next day? What day is it, by the way? I'm sorry. Side note.
It's a Wednesday. It's a weekday.
Okay, so like reasonably, she should have seen her child go off to school.
And at this point, I will point out that there is a not subtle smell of alcohol in the house and around her.
Okay, great. Uh, ma'am, have you? I know you're distressed, but have you been drinking lately?
Just a couple after work. But what does that have to do with my daughter?
Well, we're trying to figure out if she was here after, since it was yesterday since you last saw her. Are you the only caretaker for your daughter?
Yeah, since her asshole of her father left us.
Okay, and does she see any other extended relatives?
Ma'am,
No,
while you talk, can I go look in her room
of
and see if
course.
I
I,
can
I
find
guess.
anything?
I mean, if you think it will help.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna.
checked under the bed like the other guy said, but nobody was there.
Is it possible that she may have gone to a friend's house?
I,
Um,
it, she doesn't really have any other friends except the ones around here, and none of them have seen her.
do you know who her like top tier friends are?
I,
That maybe we can see if when they were the last to see her.
I just know she like plays with some of the kids around here.
Right, but like everybody else, the other children who hang out with her may have seen her at school today.
I
So,
I don't know their names.
okay.
So how are you with your medical roles or humans?
Can I do a search while she does that
Yeah, sure.
A
for
human.
any hints of either Ruby herself or where she may have gone?
Yeah, sure.
I don't have much medicine, but my human is pretty good.
All right.
Oh, that is a failure. Okay.
Um, what would you like me to do with this human?
Go ahead and roll it here.
E.
Okay, so with that 22, that is a crit success. The one thing that you are picking up is the fact that, given the smell of alcohol, given her reactions, given visible signs that she is having,
Hmm.
she is giving off pretty much every sign that not only was she drunk, she was probably blackout drunk and is probably an alcoholic.
Well, yeah, she doesn't even. It's been more than a day. The last time she saw her kid was
Yeah.
yesterday, and
So
only
she is
today.
currently going through a lot of stress, and she honestly does not know anything. Like
Okay,
she is an absentee mother who is more drunk than sober.
that's awful. Okay, so 10 years old. So I'm gonna look around and just scope out if I see any other like kids out in the walkway that are like 10 and
Yeah,
around that age.
there's several.
Okay.
I'm
Uh,
gonna start calling the school too.
I'm gonna see which ones seem to be lingering and checking, like more curious about the situation that we're here than anything else. There's, there's always one kid that's like what I assuming there's going to be one kid like looking around to see if they could see anything versus everyone else who's disinterested. Do I see anybody that matches that behavior?
oh well, I mean, uh, are you limiting that to kids or just people in general?
The couple of people, if there is a couple of adults, fine, but I'm looking for other kids.
Okay. So there are several other kids in the area. They're hanging out. Though their parents are starting to call them in once the cops have shown up for various reasons.
Okay.
But yeah, there's two little girls, a little boy, and outside you also find a what appears to be a mother and her daughter is actually in a wheelchair.
Oh, okay. We're gonna talk to the two little girls, and then we're gonna follow up with the person in the wheelchair.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be like, "Hey, do you two know?" And I just casually walk up and do you guys know Ruby?
And yeah, first little girl is good. Yeah, she plays around here. We play with dolls and all.
Do you guys know when the last time you saw Ruby? Because I assume you guys all go on the same school bus.
Yeah, she came home from school yesterday, but she wasn't in class today.
So she wasn't in class today. You guys didn't see her in the school bus either.
And they kind of do this awkward little glance and whole body shake. No,
No, you sure about that?
she was not in school.
But you guys didn't see her on the bus either.
No, teacher gave us her homework to give to her, but she didn't answer the door.
Okay. All right. Do you guys? Since this is a pretty small community, have you guys seen anybody like strange around or like different than the normal adults around here?
And they kind of look around and just kind of shake their head and no, just everybody who lives here.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks. So, all right. I telephone or radio Ursula and let her know that she must have went missing sometime in the night because nobody saw her at the bus this morning. So far, I'm gonna go over to the lady with the mom with the young person in the wheelchair,
Okay.
and I'm gonna be like, "Hi, I want to find out. This is pretty far out of for a development for services. So, does your daughter take the bus with everyone else?"
And she kind of looks down at her daughter, and I will see if we can pop that out real quick. As soon as I figure out how to do it, something goes wrong. All right. View token artwork, show players. There we go. That's what I was after.
So, who's this? The mom or the?
Yep.
Hey, did she say anything? Did she?
Yeah, she is gonna. I was gonna pop it in. There is the daughter.
Okay.
If that shows up. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Both of them showed up. Okay, so the daughter is pretty silent. She's in a wheelchair. There is, an oxygen tank on the back. There is a hose, over the kid's nose. She's kind of just looking up at you, but she's quiet. There's not a lot of comprehension there.
Okay. Just gonna ask.
Can I do something?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Jack walk up and do sign language and just surprise Sweet Me.
That's sure.
Yeah, if just Jack actually knows.
I forgot that you were even here. Honestly, you must have came up just recently. You just tearing through the neighborhood too fast on your motorcycle and then stopping.
I didn't. Where would it say that? What languages I know?
I mean, I would assume it'd be something under there for your skills.
I'll roll something if you want me to.
I mean, would he actually know that? I mean, it's
because he tries to hook up with deaf women. Of course, he would know it.
Because he likes them. Because most of them don't talk back.
okay. That that actually would make a horrible amount of sense. So sure, we will go with the idea that he knows ASL.
I'll ask the little girl if she's seen Ruby.
And she kind of stares at you. Give me a human roll.
Okay. 75.
That's a lot of it. Luck to spend right this second. If you,
Hence the reason why I'm not going to.
but the little girl continues to kind of stare at you a little bit and doesn't say anything. The mother kind of looks. Oh, you know ASL. That's great. Not a lot of people around here seem to know that.
Comes in handy.
Oh, I'm sure. What, I hope everything's okay. Did something happen?
Do you by any chance know Ruby Loomis?
Oh, the little girl. Yes. You know, she lives right over there. Did something happen to her? Oh gosh, I hope not.
Do you stay within just given your daughter's uh, status? Do you homeschool your child, or do you send her with the other children on the bus?
Uh, well, I homeschool her what she can, but I'm afraid that honestly that's not a whole lot. She's not well, and she's suffers from some, well, I'll politely call them birth defects, but yes, she's not really able to learn with the other children.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm really trying to ask is that since you're a person who seems to be within the community and possibly home all day, did you by any chance see Ruby at all between yesterday from the time yesterday when the kids were dropped off from the bus?
I, I'm afraid I don't. I assume she came off the bus with the other children. I don't remember anything particular. I know a bunch of them were playing out here yesterday after they got off the bus, and I didn't really pay attention because, well, poor Layla here, she can't really play with the other children.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Looking around, I see. Guess there's one little boy left.
Yep,
All right, so I'm gonna walk over to the little boy. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing? What you up to?"
I was just out playing. Did something happen?
Well, we're just trying to look for probably one of your little friends. She may have just wandered off a little bit. Do you know when you see? Do you know Ruby?
Oh yeah, I know her. She lives right over there, and he points over to the building over where you guys were coming from.
All right. What do you know? When the last time you saw Ruby or talked to her?
I Well, she wasn't at school today. She was came home with us yesterday,
Okay.
and we were playing basketball outside. But we really don't have a net or anything, so we can't really play. So we just kind of bounce it around.
That's fine. You guys, outdoor exercise is good for everybody. So how long were you playing outside with the basketball?
We were out kind of late. Her mom doesn't really ever call her in early, so
Well, what time did your mom call you in?
around dinner time.
Well, some people have an early dinner, some people have a late dinner. Do you know about what time that dinner? Or can I
And,
talk to your mom?
and he kind of looks up and head tilts back and starts thinking somewhere around 6, maybe.
6? Oh, okay, okay. So at 6 your mom called you in and you left Ruby outside with the basketball? Or whose basketball was it?
But I don't know. It's been here for a long time.
Just hanging outside?
I guess one of the kids got it, and no one's ever really brought it inside, so it just always sits here.
Okay. Do you see where is that basketball normally?
And he kind of looks around and starts looking for the basketball and shrugs his shoulders and It's wherever it is.
Okay.
Ooh. Hey, Supa.
So, do you guys have a favorite spot you guys play with basketball? Do you know where you guys are standing, or are you just kind of hanging out on the street?
And he points off to like this little side area to the side of the housing development that clearly was, there was sheds there at some point in time for maintenance or lawn keeping or something like that, and there's nothing there now. It's just kind of a cracked and broken up concrete slab out in the middle of the yard.
Okay. This is where you normally play?
Oh yeah, can't really bounce it around in the street. You might get run over. Some of the adults aren't too careful.
I I could understand that. This is kind of far out for even us to keep an eye on everything. So, I all right, like you've been really helpful. Was there anyone else playing with you and Ruby?
Well, some of the other kids, but they're not really big sports people. They don't like basketball. They
Okay.
like to play with dolls and girly stuff.
So the other little girls were out here with you.
They were playing over there, and he kind of points to this bare dirt patch near the edge of the slab.
Okay. All right, all right. Thank you. If I
So,
need anything, can I
real quick, just one other question I have. Did you
Mhm.
see
Okay.
any weird vehicles or anything like that in the neighborhood when you were playing?
And he sits there and thinks and goes, "No, but we don't see the police here too often. That's kind of weird."
Yeah, we try, but sometimes this area doesn't get as well seen.
All right. So I'll go back to the little girls and that were there. I'm like, "Hey, your friend over here let me know something that you guys were over by the edge of this court playing dolls and stuff, right?"
They're talking to the two little girls again,
Yes, sorry.
and they kind of just look over you. Yeah,
All right. How long were you guys out here playing?
and they kind of do the whole back and forth shuffle and then shrug their shoulders.
Listen, it's not really you guys are not going to get in trouble for anything. What we're trying to find out is when about what time anybody saw Ruby last. So it helps us figure out where she may have went. Um, so you guys did see her playing basketball, right?
Yeah, she was playing with Travis.
Oh, okay. Um, so Ruby and Travis were playing. What were you guys playing?
We were playing with our dolls. We tried to get Ruby to play, but she wanted to play basketball instead.
Oh, okay. What
Is
kind
that
of
why she disappeared?
no? No, girls and boys and everybody can play basketball. That nobody's getting punished for that. Or so we just want to make sure that somebody saw her. So when did you get to get called in for supper? Did you um so Travis was playing with her until he got called in. Were you guys called in by your parents?
And they kind of nod and go, "We're supposed to come in when it starts getting dark."
Okay, so you guys were out a little later?
And they nod and go, "Yeah, but we really couldn't see, so we just kind of went in."
Was Ruby still outside when you guys went in?
Yeah, but she's always out there.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes she can't get in her house and her mommy doesn't answer the door.
Oh, that's rough. That's really rough. All right. Was she still playing basketball?
Yeah, but we can't really play because there's no one of those hoop thingies.
That's fair. We really got to talk to the other adults in order to get one of those for your kids because it's kind of so there's no it's just bouncing a ball. All right. So around nighttime, around dusk, sunset is when you last saw her. Okay.
And they nod and
All right. Were there any adults around when you went in?
And they sit there and do that, kind of grab their skirts and kind of do the whole back and forth body shaking and thinking. And no, well, Travis's dad came out to call him in, but he was angry. But he's always angry.
That's sometimes adults have to deal with a lot of stuff, so they don't realize they're being angry when they shouldn't be. All right. Well, you
Is
guys
that
have
why
been.
they're always so mean?
Yeah. Just hopefully when you guys grow up, you remember that everybody has their own stuff that they're carrying around, and they're always looking to dump it on somebody else, and it's not necessarily your fault. But
You
just be
shouldn't dump
mindful.
things on other people. Then they get messy, and that's not nice.
No, it isn't nice. But
Ashley
uh,
at school dumped her milk on Stacy, and then Stacy had to go home for the day because her mom couldn't bring her new clothes, so they just had to send her home.
wow. Yeah, and just like that, that could really ruin other people's day, and people are now learning that that's not a good habit to be in. But let me let you guys go. I'm gonna go find out where Travis's dad is, and let's see if he saw anything. So I asked Travis. I break off from the girls, and I asked Travis if he can like take me to his parent, his dad, or whoever's whoever was home at the time when he got called in for supper.
Yep, sure he will. It's like, yeah, I can take you to my house. My dad's not home right now, though. I think he's still at work.
Okay. Um, is there an adult home with you?
I think my mommy's home. She's usually home.
Okay. I'm gonna go over and I hope he takes me to the apartment. I can knock on the door.
Yep,
And
he takes you to one of the units, and
all right, and I knock and hopefully she answers the door.
he just kind of stares up at you, and you don't have to knock. I'm home. And he kind of opens the door and lets himself in. Mom, there's a nice police lady here to talk to you.
I'm like, and I sit there going like this. Oh man. So she must come out, right?
Yeah, so from the kitchen area, and I will go ahead and switch maps real quick just so you guys have a rough idea of what the layout of these places are.
No vision.
I got to drop you guys into the. Just so you guys have the rough idea here. Can I remove Fog of War somehow?
You should be able to.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm trying to figure out how to remove the Fog of War on this stupid thing.
It's under the config and then vision.
That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
Now I've killed like 4 of these bugs and I'm animals.
Does that fix it or no?
No.
Of course.
Why are you Papito, why are you crying?
Figure, lighting, token vision, fog exploration, global illumination. Foundry continues to baffle me some days. I apologize, everybody. What option do I need to turn off, Dave?
I never remember. Hold on one sec.
I apologize, everybody.
Just take off token vision and that will work.
Okay, that should have. All right, there we go. But yeah, you enter. There's rooms immediately to your left and right. There's a dining room / kitchen area, living room, and hallway leading off to the bathroom and bedrooms.
Okay. These are pretty nice.
Well, they are somewhat new in like the last 20-ish years. So
All right. Well, I'm in this lady's kitchen.
yep, and she comes back out from the bedroom area, and which would be back coming from that area right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Royal jelly shits.
back in that area. And immediately that there is a woman that is thin. There is definite signs of heavy makeup application. There's a hollowness to her eyes.
Guess I should have put more trigger warnings up.
Hmm.
Trigger warning, everything.
Yeah. Hi, ma'am. I wanted to find out if you, Travis is, let me know that he was playing with Ruby Loomis in their version of basketball last night, and he was playing with her until he got called in for supper. Is that correct?
I'm sure that's right.
He let us know that when he got called in, his father was a little bit annoyed. I didn't catch Travis's last name.
Go ahead and roll human when you say that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
Yes, that's right. He called Travis in for dinner. We had pork chops.
Quick, so if you can get in there,
that's great. He let me know that your partner was a little bit annoyed that evening. Just trying to find out if he happened to see Ruby while he called Travis in, or if he's available to chit chat right now.
He's at work right now, and
yeah,
I don't know anything about Ruby. I assume her mother would know more than I would.
One would think. This unfortunately is not the case today.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Are you okay, ma'am?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm fine. My husband should be home from work shortly.
Do you mind if we just wait outside for him?
And roll human again. Oh, that her eyes go wide. There's definitely signs of fear. There's a little shake to her hand as she kind of clutches it in front of her and puts on this false smile. I'm sure that would be fine, officer.
Sure. Okay. Great. Um, I start stepping out of the apartment and shutting the door behind me, and I turn around and I went, "Oh," to Ursula and Jack and
Aren't you Ursula?
I'm sorry, Iris and Jack.
I was like, wait,
Sorry.
aren't you
That
Ursula?
is not the first time she's called me Ursula today.
I know. I'm Ursula, and it's because my name is. I'm reading my card at the same time as I do things, and my brain's just like, that's what it is. Everyone's Ursula.
She's just disassociated tonight.
Yeah, I am. Sorry about that. Jack, I have a funny feeling you're gonna have to bring those guns you've been working on to the situation a little bit. Okay, Jack. Maybe. You guys all saw what I saw, right?
I assume we saw what she saw.
Okay.
Give me your description, Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be loads of fun. All right, so I guess
I think we're gonna make her life worse if we're hanging around that I say we come back.
Okay.
I bet
For
Dad.
him,
I
like-
bet Dad didn't see anything. He's kind of self-centered. It sounds like.
You might not be wrong.
All right. So
All right.
we question all anybody. So last time anybody saw her was at that concrete pad at sunset.
Can I search around that concrete pad and see if there's anything of interest?
Yeah, sure. You can search it.
I guess we're all gonna go take a look.
Nope. Missed it by 4.
Was that an investigation?
Search.
I'm also gonna search and succeed. Okay.
Well, I'm glad Iris is here today. She's always with it.
No, I'm not. But okay.
Listen, out of the three of us, you went and actually learned something. Got all fancy.
Yeah, because I can't use my fucking phone half the damn time. But okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and search around the area. I guess. Do I see any like footprints leading away or anything, Scotty?
There is tons of footprints around there. It's really not as helpful as you would think. That there's signs of kids playing. There's cigarette butts. There are little fragments of what is possibly joints. There's bits of broken glass, some bottle tops.
I wonder where this basketball may have gone to.
Do we want to spread out and search around here? See if we can see any sign of it.
Yeah. Just to start spreading out like in a fan formation from the back.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine around the tree line might be like it might blow into there or whatever.
Yeah, I'm like it's kind of weird that this basketball that's always been around is suddenly gone.
Especially since she was the last one with it.
Yep. So, okay. Do we see anything as we're searching around the tree line?
Yeah, you eventually do find the basketball. It is just rolled under one of the cars in the parking lot.
Okay.
Get your shit out of here.
That's less than helpful. Where in the parking lot is it?
Your personal storage.
It is rolled off the curb and like just
There's some bronze up here.
stopped under one of the cars. It's not too far away.
Is it like around a specific building that we can note down or whatever?
It's more or less right in front of where the concrete slab is. It's
Okay.
maybe 40 or 50 foot away.
AKA, this is GM speak for saying that basketball has nothing to do with it. Continue on.
I was just
Look, if you guys want to waste 40 minutes chasing down a basketball, I'm all for it.
I was just kind of hoping like maybe like the basketball would be like next to her shoe or a piece of clothing or her backpack or something.
Can I call Herschel and see if he can find any agencies anywhere in the state or surrounding states that might have like a search and rescue dog or some shit like that might be willing to come out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna call Herschel then.
I mean, you guys have radios for that stuff, so.
Okay. I will radio Herschel then and be like, yo, Herschel.
And there's a long pause. If you're done talking, you're supposed to say over. It's just proper radio etiquette.
Okay, yo, Herschel, over.
Hey, Iris, over.
Can you call around to any search and rescue orgs to see if we can get a dog out here for this kid? Over.
Oh, yeah. I can make some phone calls. I'll call the state police. They've probably got something. Over.
All right, thanks for any connections you can find whatsoever. Over.
Not a problem. Is there anything else I can help with? It seems kind of urgent. Over.
Do we need anything else from him, guys?
I don't know.
Not unless you can magically rewind time so we
Okay.
can see it over.
Oh, does this community have like a closed circuit camera system for the parking lot? There's usually one for like the admin.
God,
The
no,
leasing
there's
office.
not enough money in the budget for that shit. They can't even afford a basketball hoop. You think they have money for cameras?
Listen, you'd be surprised how people can't find money for food, but we have money for security and defense.
This is America after all.
America.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I can see that they may have put up like a mounted camera to cover the parking lot area.
Did you
Um,
see any signs of a camera here, Ursula?
No.
no,
There is not a camera.
I was hoping.
Okay, Ursula.
I was hoping. I was hoping. Okay. Did you find Iris? Did you find anything in the kid's bedroom? Like,
No,
sh-
I did not.
did she have
Failed that search real bad.
does she have a computer in her room?
No, there's no computer in the room.
All right.
Was there a journal or anything? Maybe.
Nope. There was some dolls. There was some a poster up on the wall for the Barbie movie. There was there's clothes. There's toys. There's not a lot of journals or anything like that.
Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna go up and talk to the school, see if they have any leads on anything, any relationships we may not be uncovering here.
All right.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you can get up to the school. Some of the admin may still be there.
All right. You coming, Ursula? Or you staying here with Jack and run home on that motorcycle?
No. I don't need to be that close to him.
Alan. All right. Let's go.
All right. Jack, are you gonna stay for Travis's dad?
Oh yeah, you can hold the lanterns. They're like a torch.
What for?
Okay, never mind. That's fine.
I mean, that's up to you guys if you want to talk to him or not.
Wisp light is something you can craft. You got to craft it with the wisp catch. It's the first way.
I guess we're gonna go. We'll come back later.
Thank you.
So I guess we're going to school. The wheels on the bus go round and round.
Yep. So yeah, you guys head over to the school.
All right. Is there an SRO still on site, or is it like there's no SRO here? Kind of.
Technically, there was an SRO, but they were gone for the day.
Okay.
There's still lights on inside, and it looks like somebody in the main office is still there.
Okay. So I'm gonna knock on the door, and if they don't answer, call the school.
Right beneath me. I couldn't hit it.
After a few minutes, they come over and unlock the door.
Just get a nice amount of damage.
I'm gonna introduce myself, and we're here to ask questions about Ruby Loomis. She went missing from her house. I understand she wasn't in school today, but just trying to paint a picture to get at any leads we can here.
Oh, wait, she's missing. Oh no!
I heard.
I know she didn't show up for school today, but we just assumed she was sick.
Any way you can get me contact info for her teacher? For one?
Yeah, I think she's gone for the day, but yeah, sure.
I expect her to be at this point, so.
Man, these guys are all over my fucking stuff.
And I'm gonna start asking whatever. Is this an office assistant? Is this the principal?
Looks like a secretary. Someone who works in the office may probably know the students, may have
Yeah.
access to the records, not necessarily the principal or a teacher, though.
Go ahead and continue with the school. I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom.
It's fine. So, I mean, the admin assistants at the school run the school. You know that, right?
Yeah,
Having been a teacher, they run the damn school.
it's like nurses in hospitals. Nurses run shit.
All right, so I'm gonna start asking the admin assistant about what she knows about her home life, any adults in her life, things like that. Any sign of, the dad that walked out on her.
And she, well, I mean,
I don't know.
she hasn't really had any real problems. Her mom will show up for the parent teacher nights. Her dad's really not in the picture. Then he's not on the authorized pickup list.
Ooh.
Well, if he walked out, I don't blame her for taking him off. I would have too.
Mhm.
I mean, I
Um,
don't think he would know anything about where she is, but
do you have? So I know you said he's not on the contact pickup list. Do you have his contact info?
we probably have it on some of the old records as far as what it was last time we had it.
Could you dig that out for me? I hate to keep you after hours, but
Oh no, I mean, this is
this is kind of
important.
time sensitive.
Oh, absolutely. I completely understand. Don't even worry about it. And she'll go back over to her computer and start typing in. And I I'm not sure if this is recent or not, but the last information we had is this, and she'll give you an address and phone number for the father, who is listed as Troy Loomis, and he lives in a nearby town of Bastion.
Is that within our district or?
It would be within about 45-50 minute drive.
Okay, so not close, but it's feasible. All right. Um so and then she didn't know of any other adults in his Ruby's life, right?
Nobody else is on the pickup list, and I don't think anybody else has shown up.
Okay. Any particular friends she have that you might know about?
I think her teacher would probably know more than me on that one. I don't really have a lot of interaction with her.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Ursula, do you want to reach out to the teacher or do you want to reach out to the dad?
I guess could reach out to the dad. I'm trying to think. Gotta go. Do I have a cell phone? I do have a cell
I
phone.
assume we have cell phones.
I
Yeah,
would assume you have a cell phone.
yeah. I just sorry. I couldn't remember if we were a little bit in the past or a little bit in the future.
We are pretty much in current times.
Okay, sorry. Okay. So I take the slip of paper from the admin and I walk off to the corner to start trying to dial the number. Is the number successful? Is there a phone number?
There is a phone number.
Is the phone number successful?
All right.
Yep, it does dial through.
What do we need? 15?
Okay.
Great.
Does Troy pick up?
He does not. You get a voicemail. This is Troy Loomis. Leave a message.
Hi, Troy. This is Ursula Bori from the Prosperity Police Department. We're calling to get in touch with you concerning a matter with Ruby. If you could please contact me, and I give the phone number for the station. Um, at your earliest convenience, that would be great. Thank you.
All right, man. Yeah,
That's it. That's
leave
all
a
I can do.
message.
I left the message. That's all I could do. Uh,
There is an
Nobody.
address as well.
I don't know. Do you want to go take a ride out, or we want to go back up and go?
Let me call this teacher first, I think. And
Okay.
then that might be, well, do we want to just reach out to their department and see if they can't make contact with him? That would make the most sense.
Yeah, because I don't think our jurisdiction allows us to go all the way out that way.
All right, so I guess real quick we'll call that police department and notify them that we have a missing child with a dad that's located their department and ask if they can go check him out and get any relevant information he might have.
My fingers are crossed that hopefully that she's with her dad.
While they do that, can I make a phone call to Mac?
Yeah.
And I want to see if Mac still has contacts with satellite imaging.
Okay.
I don't
And
know how that bond system works in this. So
you could ask him for favors. They may or may not be able to grant them, but you can ask them for favors.
So I will reach out to him and be like, I need a favor, man. I don't ask for favors much, but I need one. We got a kid missing, and I need some satellite imaging, and I give him the address for this time frame between about 7 and 9 last night.
It's like, that's a big ask. I mean, you're talking pulling some sensitive information here.
Now, you were talking the other day that you could easily get anybody's information and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, that's still a big ask. Let me see what I can pull up. I mean, you said there's a missing kid?
Yeah. 10-year-old girl.
Oof. All right, I'll see what I can find.
All right. Is there a bond roll or anything that I have to roll? Or
No, you can ask him for just
okay.
about anything, but what he can give you and what will happen are not something you will roll for.
Gotcha.
And it's a give and take type relationships that you may end up asking for a favor later on.
I figured as much.
So yeah, he'll hang up and start doing his thing. And in the meantime, what is everybody else doing? Ursula, you were phoning out to the Bastion PD, or is it Iris?
I think I said I was, but I also said I was going to call a teacher. So,
I couldn't remember who was calling who.
do you want to call a teacher instead now, Ursula, and I call Bastion? Or
Yeah, I'll call the teacher.
all right,
Does the teacher have a name?
I really did not generate one, to be honest, but
Mary Sue.
pretty much. Miss Davis.
Yeah, if the teacher's anything like my kid's teacher, yeah, they spend a lot of time. So I just dial up Miss Davis, and hopefully she picks up.
And yeah, after a minute, she'll pick up, and this is Brenda Davis. How can I help you?
Hi, good evening, Brenda. This is Ursula Bori from the Prosperity Police Department. I am calling you in regards to Ruby Loomis.
I don't know who you're talking about to because I don't have any money for the ball. We
No,
don't
no,
get
no.
paid enough money to sponsor the ball.
This is not about the ball, ma'am. It's about a child.
Do
A
you have a
child.
daughter? Is she in my class or a son?
She's supposed to be in your class. This is about Ruby Loomis. She attends your class, and nobody seems to have seen her in the last day.
Oh, her. I thought you were talking about your child.
No, no,
I was
no.
like, I don't remember your name anywhere in my roles.
Do you? I'm just trying to ask if about the last time you've seen Ruby.
She wasn't in class today. I presume she was homesick.
Okay. What about yesterday?
Oh, she was in school yesterday.
Did she seem okay?
Well, about as well as she ever is.
Okay. Does she? Just want to find out. Does she have any friends, or does she have any? Did she mention anything in passing to you for about like new people she's met or new interests she's had?
I mean, no, she really hasn't expressed any changes that I've noticed. I mean, the girl could definitely use with, some more home cooked meals and possibly a regular load of laundry, but that's not my department.
Fair, understood.
Oh, your weight belt is out here.
Did she seem agitated or anything like that the last time you saw her?
It's coming back.
Not any more so than normal.
Is she normally agitated when you see her?
I mean, she's a 10-year-old, and
Well, outside of being a 10-year-old, I know that age is getting to be tough.
she didn't seem any different than any of the other ones, and I don't remember anything in particular popping up that would be
Okay.
different.
All right. Does she have any? Do you know if she has any special interests that she's taken up at school?
Well, not recently. I know she played sports or wanted to.
What do you mean she wanted to play sports? What sport was she trying to play?
I think she was trying out for basketball, but I can't really say. I mean, it's that you'd have to talk to the coach about that one.
All right.
But really, at this age, I don't think they like girls on the basketball team.
Well, I mean that's unfortunate because at this age the girls are taller than the boys. Uh, so, all right. Thanks. If can we just to let you know we will contact you if we have any further questions. Okay.
Well, of course, I happy to help. I'm not sure what help I can be though.
Understood. Understood. Thanks. Thanks. You have a good evening.
You too.
Okay. I turn back to Iris and it says, "Teacher doesn't really know anything. Ruby's not a standout kid. The only thing she did tell me is that coach may have not let her play basketball on the team."
That's damn disappointing. Okay. That's what I'm surprised they have a team at that age. Because she's what, third grade?
They do.
No, that would be
Oh, she's fifth.
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 Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, hope we hear back from Bastion soon to see if they get any information from Dad. Maybe he took her. Maybe he got tired of this and knew she needed more.
That's what I am hoping. So I guess we're gonna return back to the housing development. See if there's.
I'm going to radio Henry. I'm gonna literally call him Henry.
Okay, so what is the radio message?
Hey, we need to put out an Amber Alert. And I give him specifics of the last known time she was located and where.
You're supposed to say over when you're done talking. Over.
You're such a nerd.
I'm gonna hear this. Herschel, just put out the damn Amber Alert. Over.
Oh, hi, Iris. Yeah, absolutely. I'll put out the Amber Alert. Tell Jack, that I'll put out the Amber Alert for him. Over.
I'm just gonna sigh and be like, "What is with their beef, Ursula?"
I don't know. Listen, if somebody kept on calling me out my name, I'd be upset too.
Fair.
I at least get the H right. That's more than most people. I'm running out of H names, though.
You're gonna have to start getting biblical there.
Yeah. I don't know what else to do at this point.
Me neither.
Can I do an idea roll?
Sure. I mean, you got Hayden, Hector, Harry, Harper,
Yeah,
Huxley, Harvey, Hudson, Hendricks, Hunter, Harlan, Hugo, Hank, Harley, Houston, Howard.
I called him Howard already and called him Hank already.
Wait, guess what?
Harold.
We gotta get that shit.
Homer,
You know what? We
Huey,
need to black metal pick.
Hamilton.
All right.
Hamilton.
Are you just looking at H names online?
Yeah, he Googled it. I heard
Yeah.
him Google it.
I did.
I'm not at all surprised.
Just drop it. I'll take it. Snap goes in your face.
That's an out of game. I totally understand why he was looking at his mom's hometown online last night. Because that apartment complex turns out to be in that town.
Yep. So yeah,
That's terrible that that thing actually exists, because it's a terrible arrangement for a apartment complex.
It's weird. But
Yeah,
have you guys not been in Section 8 housing for a lot of shit?
I had designed not only Section 8 housing but also single room occupancy housing, and I still say that's a terrible design.
There might be something
right, you're an
downstairs.
architect.
I have been in some housing that's more or less laid out exactly like that.
There should be a chest by the furnace in this corner.
Right.
I guess around there in Maryland and New York it's different. I guess.
All right. So, can I do an idea roll to figure out what to do next, Scotty?
Yeah, sure.
What? How do I do that again?
Intelligence roll.
Intelligence. Critical success.
All right.
Okay, so basically the big things you have covered are one, talking directly to the dad, questioning the mom again with new information, then starting a search party, literally getting the dogs out and starting a search party.
I mean, did Herschel manage to reach anybody?
Yeah, I mean he called it in. It's just going to take a little bit to get dogs out from state police for all that.
They need to hurry their asses up.
They're going to go. I mean, you guys have been at this for like 45, 50 minutes now.
Yeah, it hasn't even been that long.
I just wish the mom called. I can't believe she hasn't seen her child since yesterday.
She's not even really sure what time she saw the kid.
Yeah, it's very sad.
The fact that she didn't get off to school in the morning. All right. Well, we gotta wait for them. Do we go back and talk to mom?
I think we should go back to the apartment complex and maybe take a moment with Travis's dad. He's the only adult that came out at all when the kids were playing.
Kids can be unreliable narrators, though. We'll go figure it out, though. I have a feeling he's not going to cooperate with us.
Fair, yeah.
Either that or we're going to create problems for that family.
The only problem for that family that's happening is that man having a an anger problem.
Oh, it's going to ask for all the
All right, so I guess we're gonna go back.
the piss server.
So she must have been able to go into the house at some point because the mom did see her. So it wasn't those situation where she was locked out of the house. She just didn't go home.
I spend all my spare money. My wife went to go
Right?
inspect her vehicle.
Either she didn't go home or mom was too drunk to let her in. Because didn't her friend say that sometimes she can't get at her house? What does she do when she can't? Is there
Yeah,
another adult that picks up the slack?
there
We
has
need
to
figure
be.
that out.
There has to be.
We need to go figure that out.
Yeah. There has to be somebody
There's
who
gotta
lets
be
her,
somebody.
because this kid does not sleep outside almost every day. All right. So driving back to the development. Man, I guess we're gonna have to go door to door. Unless there's a narrowing.
There's probably linen in
Uh, we go back to the mom and ask if there's any other adults she interacts with.
Okay.
And maybe ask what happened, what caused the divorce other than just walkout. Nobody just walks out.
So yeah, you guys head back to the housing project and start knocking on doors.
And I'm sure half the people don't open the door or half the people didn't see anything.
So who's? I mean, are you just knocking on random doors?
No, we're gonna start in the section of the complex that the mom, they're grouped. So we're gonna just go up and down that stairwell first.
Logan, if you're in a rush, you can always drop down.
Okay, so yeah, you knock on the door and
It's okay. You won't
No.
set. How can you set fire in this thing?
random adult answers and yes, officer.
I'll get damage.
Hi, have you seen do you know of the mother and daughter that live adjacent to your apartment, a little girl about 10 years old? Have you seen
You mean the little girl who's constantly knocking at the door?
I'm sorry, your door or her own door?
Any door. That
Okay.
mother should be hauled away if you ask me, but that's beside the point. What do you want to know?
Did she come knocking on the doors sometime yesterday evening?
No. I don't think I heard her last night.
Okay. All right, and I guess how many apartments are in this little grouping? Like 4, 5?
There's 4 units per building.
So
I want to ask, do you know who usually answers the door for her?
Well, once she manages to get her mom to answer the door, the mother.
so
Does anybody else answer?
Not to my knowledge. If you're asking if she's got, random guys going in and out, not that I've seen. Wouldn't
I'm
surprise
asking
me, but I
where-
don't think she's quite that drunk. But at the same time, I don't think she's sober enough to get to her bar.
Okay. Do you think
Yeah, which we should have.
what if the girl can't get her mama? What does she do then?
I don't quite frankly know. It's not my problem. My
Okay.
kids come inside.
That's fair.
No, that's
That's
All
fair.
right. Thank you.
That's the
We'll ask another unit.
that's
and I guess to expedite this, it's
I
a little
wanna-
bit of a rinse
I
and
want to
repeat.
search around the building, especially around her window.
Okay.
If this kid's not being able to come in some night, she's got to be bunkering down somewhere.
Nope, I don't see shit.
I'm gonna look around the stairwell or close to the building, like normally at the bottom of a stair. Like if it's an exterior stair, there's like that gap underneath the bottommost stair. Can I just look around, see any traces of like makeshift bedding or anything like that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's main staircase and the main hallway goes up to a small landing at the top to the upstairs units. There's not a lot of obvious gaps, but you're welcome to search.
I continue to be blind.
Blinded by the light.
Ugh.
Must have been something you said. Sorry.
Guess I should turn around, right?
Every now and then.
All right.
Yeah, I'm out of ideas. So I guess we wait for the search party with the dogs.
I mean, that's an option. I'm willing. You guys want to keep asking questions to people? You might get more information. It depends on who you're asking, what information you're asking for.
All right, I'm gonna go on to the next unit, knock on the door.
I'll split off from her, do the same thing.
Okay.
And we're asking if they hear the kid knocking at night. Does anybody answer the door to her at all?
Have they seen her?
The answers you guys are getting to the various questions are usually pretty much everybody in that building has heard the kid knocking at some point in time or another. Nobody seems to recall knocking last night. And the answer of who answers the door eventually is the mother whenever she can wake up or sober up long enough to answer the door.
Oh,
What
I
if she
can't.
sleep outside?
If the mom never answers, I can't believe this whole neighbor. There's not one compassionate soul in this whole place that will answer the door to this kid.
And then we haven't been called about this kid before.
Right.
Yeah, and I showed it to
I'm
you.
gonna go into my system and see if there's been calls about this kid.
Yeah.
I do have the materials to make a portal.
Because anyway, I'm gonna go back to the
It's in the back room of the storehouse. Sure.
back to the Lumen apartment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully the mom's there. And I start knocking. Does the mom answer?
Yes, it is.
Yes, eventually she answers.
Here we eat up.
All
Can I help
right.
you?
Hi, you called the police department about your missing daughter?
My daughter's missing?
Okay, this is
Oh,
going to be an awesome thing. Ma'am, you called in for your missing daughter. We need to figure out any clues that she may be left behind from the last time. Do you know where her backpack is?
Oh shit! Yeah, good job, Logan.
I would assume in her room. Oh my god! What happened?
We already had this whole conversation earlier, ma'am. Why don't you take a moment and collect yourself? I'm going to go find her backpack.
She kind of steps back. There's some swaying to her steps. The smell of alcohol is rather pronounced.
We're gonna have to slow down.
Since she's at her home, we can't do anything, right? For being,
Do we maybe want to call EMS for her though?
I think so, because she's very disoriented. She doesn't even remember that she called us to begin with.
Logan, you get the birds. I'll get
So,
this thing.
This whole, she needs to go for detox or whatever.
I'm gonna go ahead and step out and Herschel, are you there? Over.
Oh, hey Iris, what's up? Over.
Can we get EMS out here to this address for the missing kiddo?
Yeah, I can call ahead. What's going on? Over.
It's for the mom. She's super disoriented, little intoxicated, more than a little. Over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll call over EMS and see who they can dispatch. Over.
Thank you. Over.
All right, so I'm trying to find. She obviously came home from school. The mom's only response was that she did see her. So this kid's got to have a backpack somewhere.
Yep. You
Can I find the backpack?
Yeah, you go in the room and the backpack is laying on the floor.
All right, just strewn over there. Is there? I pick it up. Is there anything in there?
There is notebooks. There's pencils, eraser, markers. There appears to be a small stuffed animal. There's some stickers. There's a half-eaten apple.
Awesome. Sounds like my kid's backpack. Can I take a look at the stuffed animal? What is the stuffed animal? Does it have any names or tagging on it?
It is a very worn stuffed animal. It appears to be a unicorn, though it is somewhat soiled and stained.
I sneak with the left.
Okay. This obviously is her precious thing, and it's been left behind. Um, I flipped through her notebooks. Are there anything in the notebooks that are of interest? Doodles, like little.
There's class notes. There is, math work, English writing practice, things like that.
No, like
There's some random
Miss-
doodles in the margins of some of these pages. Houses, bears, unicorns, sunshine.
Here we go. Let's go.
given looking at this makes me a little sad. Given how, given her situation, little sketches are very fantastical. Okay. Um, is there anything else of note in this room?
Another charge warrior. I got a shield.
Is a room made up? Is it like, does she have? Is she
Uh,
sleeping in her bed, or is she sleeping on the floor? What are we doing here?
there is a bed. It is not made up. There is a laundry basket in the floor. It appears to be clean clothes. There is some discarded clothes on the floor as well. There is a dresser. Some of the drawers are open. Most of the drawers appear to be somewhat empty or only partially filled with clothes. There is some discarded toys, Barbie dolls, stuffed animals, some old building blocks.
All right, I can't even tell if she packed up something to take with her, because the state of the drawers are. I can't tell if the drawers always stayed empty or if they were filled and then emptied later. Stop, buddy. Sorry, this doggo's getting. I hate to interrupt. He's asking to go out.
Let's
Can
sort of.
can we
I mean,
hop
it's
in?
9:30. Do we just want to call it? It's
That's up to you. I mean, we only had an hour and a half game. If people want to stop tonight, we can pick it up in a couple weeks. If we want to
I
I
I
wanna
got
think
a
take a
about
little.
some
15-minute
stuff.
break, or
Oh,
I know.
yeah, I just found that
Dave
out.
is
I'm exhausted.
I'm not gonna lie.
exhausted,
all right,
so
All right.
we're not. All right.
All right.
So it's holding a backpack with a sad little unicorn in a very sad room.
all right. So we'll pick up in 2 weeks because next week is 4th of July anyway, and
Right.
not expecting people to play next week anyway. So in 2 weeks we'll pick it back up and go from there.
All right.
All right. I'm
We're
gonna take you out. Okay.
gonna go ahead and raid Jay and say hi to Jay.
What about
Again.
Silent Bob?
Mhm.
Ah.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Bye.
All right.